88.
Action is going to be on Jean Robert here. He looks down and finds 2 sevens and just calls. He limps in with a pair.
I tell you what.
An unusual play there, I think, for the short stack. But
Right behind him, Tony G with King Jack of Diamonds says he's going to raise.
75 more.
75,000 more. So a healthy raise by Tony G here.
Mike out, Phil out.
Over to the master. Peeks down at Queen Deuce of clubs.
By the way, what happened to men's neck?
Let me look at one more time.
Seems to have disappeared.
And he squeezed out too many hands.
You
Vance has
lucky,
gone away
Tony.
finally.
All right, he goes out. And now Jean Robert, it's back on him.
Cost him 75,000 more to call.
You can eat, baby.
Only got about 170,000 in total left. Vance, I'll be surprised if he doesn't play
He
this
said
pot.
he drink more than me. No way. No way.
No, but I know it's impossible.
Mike.
And look at the Aussie trying to hush up the mouth.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, hold on.
Of all people to say hush up, it's the airbag.
Should I gamble?
Of course they're going to say gamble.
Let's go.
And he does so. He just calls it.
He sort of
you count
splashed his chips in there. That's something else you shouldn't do.
Well, these are bad boys. They can get away with it, you know?
I understand.
Got to do things bad if you're a bad boy.
I love the bad boy of poker.
Here we go with the flop.
Sitting here.
Flop is queen, 4 deuce, all spades.
Neither player has a spade. And look at this. John's going to go all in with just the sevens and no spade.
Well, Vince,
How much is that?
Tony says, how much is it? It's about 100,000.
I'm a good boy.
I mean, Tony only has king jack. No hand, no draw.
Play with all the bad boy of poker.
Could he possibly call this bet for over 100,000
I love this hole.
with just king high here?
I love this hole, man.
Well, man loves it, but I'm not sure Tony G does right now, Vince.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'll call.
Tony G is making the call, Vince, with king high.
Wow.
I got to say I'm puzzled by this call, folks. I mean, what can he beat? His opponent has to have worse than king high, not have a spade in his hand.
What are you doing, dude?
Jean Robert is not that strong, but he is out in front with the sevens.
He can't believe it.
No.
He's saying, how could a guy call me with king high?
I put him on a different like just a flush.
Come on, hold up, sevens, hold up.
So in the meantime, Tony's got 6 outs. He's got a king or a jack.
You got 6 outs. Mike,
Of course, we saw Phil Hellmuth fold a king. Mike Mattisau folded a jack.
4-1 favorite.
So a lot of his outs are gone.
Mike says.
We are. That's why people don't have any idea when they missed a flop how big.
Since I'm a 4-1 favorite, I appreciate the call, Tony. Thank you.
You got me. You got me to call. There was so much money in there, I was going to call anything.
Tony G trying to explain the poker logic.
Well, Jean Robert all in again. He's got to dodge a king, a jack, or 2 running cards to make it straight.
Yeah, finish it off with a 7.
Well, there's the turn. It's a 9 of diamonds. 7 still out in front.
Well, now a 10 wins the pot for Tony G as well. That would give him a straight. So he needs a king, a jack, or a 10.
If he should hit, this would be
Come on,
the
baby.
end
Deuce.
for Jean Robert.
Jean Robert hollering for deuces.
Deuce, baby. Deuce.
Here comes the river.
Well, it's a 6. So again, Jean Robert all in and stays alive. For the second time, he's double through Tony G.
And miraculously, right now, Jean Robert Ballon is now our new chip leader.
Get some chips.
Australian Tony G quieted down there.
Well, Vince, incredibly, he went from the chip leader to the short stack in one hand.
Seeing the play good. You're playing good.
Thanks. Thank you.
A nice congratulations.
Well done, Bobby.
Well done, Bobby.
Anybody seen Tony G around here?
Oh, they're mocking him now that he's lost the pot.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, I'm quiet now.
Get out the violin.
That's nice. That's poker, isn't it?
was looking for a king on the
Well, the big man getting bigger by doubling up there. In fact, Vince, he has taken the chip lead at this final table by winning that last pot.
Don't forget the winner will get the WPT Championship seat at the end of the season, and that is potentially worth millions more. Once again, the action on Jean Robert. He throws away 8-5, and right behind him,
50.
Tony G has picked up a real hand. Pair of queens.
He bets 50,000. Mattisau goes out.
Phil Hellmuth out.
No.
Over to Min the master.
Men's strategy is gamble.
And he's got a great hand here himself. Big slick, ace-king suited.
What two tremendous starting hands.
What man gonna say?
He started,
There you go.
All you can eat, baby.
That's the way Ben moves in. He just splashed in the pot. Tony G, of course, calling quickly with the 2 queens.
it is a big clash here. Big Slick versus a pair of ladies.
Well, these are 2 hands that most players are going to clash with. They have about the same amount of chips. Over 560,000 in this pot. Whoever wins it will be our chip leader.
This is a true classic poker hand here.
Who is going to take this one down? Stay tuned. We're coming back with the conclusion of this hand in just a moment. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. Bad boys clashing here, Mike. Ace-king versus a pair of queens.
Well, Vince, these hands play themselves in a 5-handed poker game. Very few players are going to get away from either one of these hands. They're all in here. Both have about the same amount of chips. I believe Tony G has him covered by just 1,000 or so, but it's certainly a tight fit. Men has the ace-king of spade. Tony G has the 2 queens.
Here come the first 3. What will they be?
Jack, Jack 6. Well, man shoots his arms up in the air, but that's because he's flopped the nut flush draw.
Well, look at this. He is elated. Very excited. He can feel it.
I'm a favor. I got 15 out.
He's saying he has 15 outs.
Now.
I'm the small dog.
I'm a small dog, now I'm a big favor.
Now he likes his position.
Well, he's looking for an ace, a king, or a spade.
The eternal optimist, Ben the Master.
An ace, a king, or a spade. A lot of outs, as we say.
Can he wish it so? Here comes the turn. No, he didn't get it there.
Not so far. 4 diamonds on the turn.
And Ben deflates a little bit.
Well, the master must catch an ace, a king, or a spade.
Of course, if he does not win this hand, the master would have to go back to the Himalayas, where all great masters reside. Can he get lucky?
Well, the deuce of clubs comes off. Now, they may recount the chips here, but I believe Tony G's got him covered.
Man, this is what it was. A coin flip, baby.
Ben not leaving the table. They made the complete chip count. He wants to make sure that Tony G had him covered in chips. I think he sees it now. That's going to do it for the master. Well respected by all of these players. What a career he's had in tournament poker.
Does a lot of charity work. Men the Master actually built a kindergarten school in Vietnam.
Good hand, man.
You're a great champion.
But now they're hugging, Ben. Oh. Well, it's bad boys in the day and kiss and make up at night, Ben. That's what we're seeing now.
That's right. Tony's the worst player, so that's actually best.
Well, 4 players left of the bad boys of poker here at the Commerce Casino. This is getting good.
Oh, I thought I won that last hand because of the flop coming 2 spade. So on the flop, I'm slight favor, but I could get the call. I'm still happy. I put all in with the best hand. That is nothing I can do. It's a poker.
Well, Vance, as Muhammad Ali once said, I'm a bad man.
Oh, no.
And right now, the baddest of them all is Tony G. He is our chip leader.
You know, he's an amazing story. As a child, he was the Rubik's Cube champion in Lithuania. That is impressive.
He's got the chips. He's got the heart.
Action's going to be on Tony. Hasn't even had time to stack his chips yet that he just beat out of Men the Master.
Let's see if he's the best.
He just pushes him off to the side here.
He looks down at ace-3, says, I'm going to raise it very casually.
I'll make it 40.
He's going to make it 40,000 to go. Mattisau out.
Helmuth out with queen deuce, and now Jean-Robert Ballon with ace-10 of spades.
So auto call.
And auto call?
Auto call.
Puts the goggles on.
So call, 99% call, 1% raise.
I guess he's right, because Jean-Robert is
You're
calling.
doing the dancing. I'm doing the dictating how to dance.
Knows his man.
I'm the lead.
Ace-10 versus ace-3. Here comes the flop.
And look at this flop, Vince.
Oh.
Jean-Robert has flopped the nut flush draw.
Tony G a piece of it. Pair of threes. Action on Jean-Robert to make a move first.
I check.
Well, he's going to check.
All right, let's see a turn.
And
I'm gonna
Tony
bet you
checks
out
the
of it.
bottom pair. First time we've seen him do
I
that
didn't match
today.
up.
All right. Turn cards a
the
king of
bushes
club, helping neither player.
All right, let's see the river.
Again, they both check.
Pair the board, and I got it.
Cautious times here. River card coming up.
Well, Tony says pair the board, and I got it. He's right about that. Unfortunately for him, a 10 came up and paired Jean Robert. And now he doesn't have it. See what Jean Robert's going to do. He's going to get a value bet in here, Vince. He thinks his 2 10s are the best hand. Indeed, they are.
Well, he sticks in 100 grand for the samurai to think about.
What? 100,000?
Tony G has bottom pair.
I think you had flopped me on this flop.
He says you outflopped me on this flop. Indeed, that's not what happened.
Flopped, all right.
He outdrew him at the river's what happened, but Jean Robert does have the best hand. Will Tony G get away from the bottom pair?
I felt you flopped more than
Giving
I
a complete history of the hand.
Well,
and
he does
finally
lay it down.
lays it down.
Excellent laydown, Tony.
And a good laydown it was. Now, Vince, there's a case because he didn't bet on the flop and he didn't bet on the turn. He didn't have any money committed to the pot virtually, other than that first $30,000 bet. He opted to lay it down there. A minute ago, when he had that king jack of diamonds, after Jean moved all in on him, there was so much out there he felt obligated to call, even though he had nothing. So pot odds dictate a lot of what you do, and certainly that applies to the way Tony G plays. And Vince, notice how quiet that Phil Hellmuth and Mike Mattisau have been lately.
It's true. It's like Helmuth had his tongue cut out. But you know what? He's such a great poker player. He realized, he summed it up. He says, I can't out-talk these guys. I might as well just play great poker. Action on Mike. He quickly goes out.
Mattisau has caught no cards at this table.
You're right. Now Phil's
Phil
out.
doesn't attack me because he knows what's going to happen.
And Jean Robert Ballon with Jack 7.
He's in the small blind. He's going to make the call.
Call the remainder. And Tony G with Queen Jack.
All right.
He says,
I'll
okay.
dance with you, baby. I'll dance. You got me dancing.
Queen Jack versus Jack 7. Here come the first 3.
Oh, Vince, both players have flopped a straight.
Oh, boy.
Tony G has the nut straight.
Slow down a little bit.
Jean Robert has the second straight.
They never listen to me when I tell them.
And Vince, there's going to be no saving him here.
Looks like 40,000 and a quick raise by Tony G. We're going to do something where it's so strong that you don't think I'm strong. He's got the cinch at this point.
How much do you want me to raise you? I'll raise you 66,000.
Tony's going to make it 106,000 to go.
This is a slow motion train wreck. You're witnessing firsthand. One guy with the smaller straight, one guy with the big straight.
Now, Vince, Jean Robert's in the pickle jar here. He just can't get out of this hand. Nobody in the world can lay this hand down. So I don't know how he's going to save any of his chips in this hand. It's just a matter of when all the chips go in.
Well, not without a performance, though. You got to give him that.
Tony with the absolute nuts on the flop here is loving it, and he is just hoping Jean Robert pulls the trigger.
I guess he's raising me.
I'm raising.
Oh, whoa.
Well, he is raising.
Well, he's got to beg for a tie. Here comes the raise.
Before it happens, I know what he's going to do.
Well, Tony says, I know what he's going to
It's like
do.
140 more.
He's anticipating the raise.
I'll tell you how much you have to raise, Bobby. 140 you got to raise. I'll tell you how much you have to raise.
Going to try to orchestrate his man.
For you. You'll dance, and I'll lead you.
Is this like the fiddler and the monkey? Is that what this looks like
He's
to
the
you?
poker antichrist right here.
You talk more in 20 minutes than I do in a week.
Let's see if my prophecy is right.
I'm raising 139,000.
Well, Tony said he was going to raise it 140,000. And Jean Robert raised it 139.
Bobby, since you've been such a good partner, I'll just put you all in. Since
call.
you've been. I know you call. I got the nuts.
The Eddie Haskell of the poker world.
Look at this in an unraised pot.
Well, this is just an amazing hand. Now, it's not totally over. Jean Robert can tie this hand and get a split pot if a queen comes up.
It's got a chop.
Meantime,
Bad luck. Nice hand, Tony.
That's all
Oh,
it
you
can
get a
take
chop.
for him,
You
though.
got 3
He
hours
must
for a
catch a
chop.
queen to get a split pot.
This will be funny if you get a chop. This will be three bad
never
beats
take
in
the
a row.
kimono off.
Anyway, I'll
This is
get
the
the
luckiest thing I've ever seen.
samurai
And he's getting the
just in
fan
case.
out, of
He says
course.
he's getting out the samurai sword, and he can do it because he's about to take Jean Robert's head off here.
That's tough.
Hope the queen comes.
There's only one hand that can beat me, and he had it.
Well,
Bye-bye, Bobby.
It's getting ugly in here.
oh, boy.
Nice hand, Tony.
Wow.
Here we go with the turn card.
Is it a queen? Nope, not on the turn. 8 of hearts comes off, so we're off to the river. If it's not a queen,
Wow.
where Jean Robert will
Bye-bye
split
to
this
the
pot,
Louis the Fly.
he's going to be out in 4th place.
Could this be the demise of Jean Robert, the local favorite? Here's the river.
Nope, it's a 9 of hearts, so that's going to do it.